One book can change everything. Discover revelations that spark courage, ignite dreams, and remind you who you truly are. From timeless classics to bold new voices, find your next inspiration in every page of Dr. Segun Olugbemi's books, such as Lessons from 30 Years of Marriage. Marriage is much more than a social contract. It is an institution established by God Himself. The man was never created to live in isolation, independent, alone, or all self-sufficient by himself. For two are better than one because they have a better reward for their labor. Red flags. Deception turns rulers into subjects and makes the wise foolish. It is the reason behind every failure, loss, pain, or regret. The life coach. The lessons we learn in life are: precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little, there a little. Wisdom is loaded in all of creation. Therefore, the responsibility of discovery is on you. Defeating the mother frog syndrome. Mother frog syndrome is symptomatic of a lifestyle that is comfortable with whatever life throws at it. A man with great dreams who is unwilling to do anything about it. It is a reactionary life rather than an active one. A life that responds rather than initiates. Without conquest, there can be no victory. Without reaching, there is no getting. This is an apt description of what today's church looks like. This book teaches you how to kill these lethargic and apathetic lives. Mercy Extended. The vision that has led to this timely exposition on the rising new Church of Jesus Christ is clearly detailed in this book. It distinguishes between the Solomon Church and the Davidic Church, the significance of the donkey upon which no man ever sat on the occasion of the triumphant entry, vis-a-vis the present-day reformers in the rising church who have an understanding that Jesus Christ is either Lord of all or not at all. Prophetic confrontation. Prophecies are divine and accurate foretelling of the future to an individual, group, or nation by God. However, the recipient of prophecy has a key role to play in seeing it come to pass as foretold and benefiting from it, since most prophecies are conditions. Silent years. The silent years are the years we spend without being noticed. They are years of thorough preparation of a vessel by the Master Himself for His unique use. In this jet age of fast food, fast information, online church, online Bibles, and fast Christianity, many Christians, leaders inclusive, do not see the need to truly wait on God as in the days of Elijah. Obadiah Commission. There is a reason the word independence is not used in any translation of the Bible. One of the reasons is that God never meant for us to independent of Him or one another. We are to be dependent on God and interdependent on one another. Lessons from the Patriarchs, Volume 1 and 2. Every information in the Bible has a message for us. We sure can learn from the names, places, numbers, people, principles, and instructions therein. You can order all these books and more on Amazon or call +2 34805 116 6211.
Hello there. Thank you for joining us again on TLC, the life coach. You know, it's been an awesome time on this platform. And thank you for helping us by sharing this link with other people. That's the one way you can contribute to what we're doing. If you want to contribute financially to help our equipment, to help us reach out to more people and all that, we appreciate it. You can also contribute by, purchasing our materials and all that. On other segment, I've shown you some. This one is the red flags. I think all the adverts were probably played over there. We have a couple of them. There are about 12 or more of them. So you can purchase them. But most importantly, we need you to like, comment, and share this link with others. And subscribe to our YouTube channel so that when we drop any video or whatever it is, you'll be able to have them effortlessly. Today, we're going to be considering some master keys. On TLC, it's purely a coaching platform. And so I want to give some master keys to really in relationship to life, as your work and, people generally. And if you remember these keys as you go through life, you're going to be, produce a balanced outcome as you begin to mature in the things of life. Number one, the most important force on earth is the force of change. Change rules the universe and is permanent. And the first law of change says that everything succumbs to change. So although human beings are conservative by nature, they are still driven by change. Change drives the solar system and the ecosystem. And therefore, your ability to maximize the moment, your days, your months, your weeks, your years ahead are determined by your response to change. Always remember that nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. So you must respond spontaneously when the need to change arises. Things turn out best for those who made the best of the way things turn out. So be determined not to cave in or give in no matter the pressure. Respond positively to the demand of change, and the universe will unleash its abundance on you. This world has been framed by God to give us everything we need. You have it, you can meet it, you can meet all the needs, you can do whatever it is, you can accomplish what others can only dream of. You can do just anything. Whatever you dream of, you can accomplish. But you have to know how to respond to change. That's where maturity comes in. You know, I hear teenagers or young people say, I don't want to do this, and you're forcing me to do. I don't have my own life. I don't want this. I don't feel like I don't this. Okay, and I say to them, it tells me you are still a child. Adults wake up to go to work when they don't want to. They wake up to do what they don't want to, but they have to. That's what life is all about. There are many things we don't want to. We don't like to be told what to do and what not to do. We don't want to go through certain stress. We don't want to go through this. We don't want to do this. We don't want to do that. There are many things we don't want. But I tell you this, we do them because we have to do them. Because we know that that's what it takes for life to move on. Do you understand what I'm saying? Oh, you think you can sit down on your bed and just lie down and stay on your like couch potato and sit down there and you don't do anything. They bring food for you, you eat. You're going to die like that in a very short time. Your muscles, your heart, you know, there's a portion of brain that is stimulated, and what it does is to literally, let the whole parts of your body respond to activities. So your heart needs to move with that muscle. Everything, your blinking, your smile, your everything has to do with some muscle moving. And if these muscles are not exercised, then they die. So life itself requires, I taught this on one of the series, life itself has positive pressures. It exerts positive pressures on us in order to keep us living and to keep us moving. And so the most important thing, one of the most important key is to know what change is and respond to change with spontaneity. Know when to change. Do you understand what I'm saying? There was a time years ago that all we hear was Swatch. All we hear is a certain, what company, but they won't move, they won't digitalize. And calls came, other ones came, and they took over. You remember Kodak? Remember so many other things? Many things that happened. Eventually, they bought them over because you don't want to change. Others are changing, they are improvising, they are growing, they are looking for alternatives. You won't do that. And then the world is going to forget about you. IBM was renowned for typewriter. Didn't move on time into computer before, but by the time they did, other people had gone. So that's how the world is. Histories are written by victors. They are written by champions. They're not written by victims. You don't have to be a victim of life. Learn to change when there's need to change. And a lot of us don't deal with change kindly. You are married, 10 years down the road, 15 years down the road, you still want to relate with your husband or your spouse exactly, your wife, exactly the way it started and all that. The needs of these people are changing. Your husband's need as you get older, changing. As a young preacher, I had all the energies, I had everything. Ooh, I want to turn the world upside down. And I'm just, that kind of stuff. Then I told my wife, if anybody is looking for me, wake me up. Just wake me. I'll give my life to help people. Just wake me up. Don't cater. Don't mind. So she will wake me up. After some years, I started falling sick and all that. I now needed time to rest. So people will come and I say, how dare you wake me up? You say, but you told me that I should wake you up when you're sleeping. I was telling them to go back there, you're sleeping. You say, why didn't I wake you up? I said, okay, don't wake me up again. God do so to you, and also if you wake me up again. Don't wake me up. You see, the needs are changing. That's what happens in relationships. Our needs are changing. My needs right now are not the same thing like when I was young. Maybe when we were young, some things are important. We want to hold each other's hand and kiss and run around like little kids. Right now, the most important need I have in my relationship is just peace of mind. I can literally give anything on earth. Just some peace of mind. Just leave me alone. I'm good. I'm just good. I don't need too much checks. I don't need money. I don't need this. Whatever it is, just everything in moderation. I just need peace of mind. That's what I need. So learn to change. Learn to move with change. Learn to make adjustment as change comes. Number 2, the most important resource on earth is human resources. There are no resources known to man other than human resources. Everything you need is with someone and in someone. Human capital, also known as human asset, is a concept used by economists to refer to personal attributes that are valuable in a production process. So it includes an employer's knowledge, his skills, his expertise, and good health as well as education. Human capital significantly, influences individuals' earnings. So research shows that investment in human capital yield high economic returns throughout childhood and young adulthood. So, what is your goal now in life? Spend more time developing your human capital by maturing your social intelligence, what they call SI, and sometimes referred to as social quotient, or SQ. So it is the ability to understand one's own and others' actions. Social quotient is learned and developed from experience with people and learning from successes and failures in social settings. So it is an important interpersonal skill that helps individuals succeed in all aspects of life. Develop your social quotient. Know how to raise people. Know how to talk to people. Know how to train people. My staff understand that. Sometimes we are having a little bit sharing, eating peanuts yesterday, and I say, come, let me share some things with you. We have a little drinks. Sometimes they just sit back and I say, come, let's do this later. And then I say, immediately we'll finish our lunch. Let's go to the poolside. We have training. I'm always emphasizing this. Why? Because this is the capital. These are the guys who have got all that I need on the inside of them. All that the world needs on the inside of them. But they cannot bring it out unless someone helps them to see, to understand how to bring these things out. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's the way it is. You develop your social quotient. You need to social intelligence. You need to do that. You need to know how to develop people, how to use their skill, and don't, empower them in the right thing, to do the right thing, to go to the right direction. Do you understand what I'm saying? Number 3, the most important or the most powerful skill you can develop is communication. Communication is the transmission of information or meanings. Communication is the sole means of conveying your vision, your feelings, your intentions, and your purpose. I love you. How do I know if you don't say it? If you don't communicate it? Communication is a two-way thing. If I tell you, if I told you that I said, I just lost my father, and you say, that is awesome, that's fantastic. And then I'm going to ask you, did you understand what I said? You said, I thought you said you got $1 million. I said, I just lost my father. I said, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Now, in other words, communication took place only when you produce the kind of feelings. You've understood it to the point that you emote the way I expected. You produce the feelings that I expected. That's the purpose of communication. Say it well enough for me to understand and produce that feeling. And so you need to understand that the most important tool God has given to you is communication. To say things that He has given to you. If you don't speak it out, we don't know you have it. It is how contracts are signed. It is how marriages are formed. It is how love is expressed. It is how customers are won. That's how visions are shared. That's how goals are achieved. Everyone participates in this process, which is fundamental to all human endeavors and transactions. Therefore, it is crucial to sharpen your communication skills. Everything we do is all expressing through communication. Verbal communication, non-verbal communication. Everything just come. We got to communicate. True communication occurs only when your message is clearly understood. So you need to get on the YouTube, get on social media, get on other resource centers, hone your communication skills. No excuses for poor delivery. If you can't explain yourself, then it's difficult for us to come to your aid. It's difficult for us to stand for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Hone your communication skills. Know how to plead your case. Know how to explain yourself. Know how to say the things you have in mind. That's what communication is all about. Do you understand what I'm saying? You need to learn that these three things, they are just major. Then I'm going on to number 4. Number 4. Time is your most important gift. Time is a gateway through which eternal purposes are birthed. The Creator has distributed the gift of time so fairly that everyone has the same number of seconds, minutes, hours, and even days. And sometimes our years are differ, but we all have the same amount of seconds, minutes, 24 hours in a day. And that is one area that God is fair to the rich and to the poor. It's one area He is fair to all humanity. In addition to giving life, He gives purpose. And life and purposes are battered through the gate of time. And you see, once God has given you life, He's giving you purpose. He gives you time also to fulfill that purpose. So you can't charge God for unfairness. The difference between the poor and the rich is the use of time. Do you understand? How do they invest their time? One is sleeping, one is awake midnight. So your most important gift is the gift of time. It's the gateway through your eternal purpose will be battered on earth. Additionally, everyone has the freedom to choose how to use time. One significant difference between the rich, I said, and the poor lies in the use of their time. Successful people, you invest their time wisely, while less successful people spend it on frivolous things. They spend it frivolously. It is crucial, therefore, to be intentional about how we apply our time. You have to be intentional about it. Time passes quickly. Therefore, in order to maximize your life and your lifetime achievements, you need to identify and overcome the major enemies of time through effective time management. There are things that are time wasters, and you need to identify them, pick them, and begin to avoid them. There are actually people that are, people that are time wasters. Something happened to me some years ago. I've been counseling with this leader. He's a pastor and all that, and he's a much senior person, older in age and ministry and everything. I began to, talk with him, and I tried for 2 years, for 3 years, and he has billions of excuses as to why these things won't work. Excuses all over. He will come in, you come there, he will go to the left. You come to the left. I mean, he's always finding reasons why things are not working. This, that. So sometimes he cut off for some time. I didn't see him. Then he came. When they called me, booked appointment. He now noticed that I'm no longer willing to part with my money because I worked for it. I'm no longer willing to part with my time. So he stayed away. Later he called me and told me he wanted to see me. And I said, on one condition, we're going to agree as to how we run our lives and our time together. I do not want to waste time with you. He came. Okay, your elder brother is around here. Can you give me his number? I want to talk with him. I want to see with him, and let's plan what to do to settle you and make you successful. He said, well, he needs to tell to his brother before giving me. I said, call him now and tell him that this so-and-so person wants to see him. He made all the excuses and all that. It never worked. So once I saw he was playing games, I put hand in my pockets, pulled out some wire for notes. I said, this is what I have for you. I can't help you. Please look for somebody else who can. God bless you. And I stood up. And one other person who came in for counseling, I didn't know was observing. And then I said, you can go. God bless you. Good night. Goodbye. And eventually, the person came to me and said, thank you, Daddy. I said, what? He said, you taught me something today. You should know who you can help and who you can't help. If you see people that are not ready for help and they want to waste your time, part with them quickly. You give them money, you give this man money and say, sorry, I can't help you, you can go. You're not meant to help everybody. You're not meant to solve all problems. If you can solve all problems, then you'll be an aeronautic engineer, you'll be a medical doctor, you'll be a teacher, then you'll be a carpenter, you'll be a mason, you'll be an engineer, you'll be a civil engineer, you'll be, an architect, you'll be a pilot, you'll be everything. You can't solve every problem. You are never designed to solve all problems. You are never designed to meet all needs. You are never designed to help all people. You are never designed to do everything on the low. Just do what you can do and leave the rest. Don't kill yourself. There are people that are time consumers. They are devourers. The best way to waste your life is to waste it 1 minute in 1 second in a minute, 1 minute in an hour. And then you are wasting hours when you aggregate together. How many years we live on earth? If they can't be helped, they don't want to be helped, leave them alone. Leave them alone. You may never be designed to solve that kind of problem. Somebody else is. I think I don't know whether I shared this on this platform. One of my very favorite stories that this doctor in one of the states in South had this member that was the pastor, had this member that was giving him the hell of trouble on earth. And this man tried and tried and tried and tried, and it didn't work. And so there's this lady that came in from Lagos saying God asked her to start a church there. After about 6-8 months, she went to start. They blessed her. She went to start. And this pastor didn't know what to do with this lady. The problem was she was too problematic. So he wrote on his official letterhead and said, you are transferred from this church to that new church. And he transferred, literally seating this member, dashing the other part. So eventually she got to that place and became excellently good, became a pillar there. This lady was like match made in heaven. And then one of the days, this lady pastor came to thank this doctor, this senior pastor, and said, thank you, sir. So he said, do you know what, Sister So is a blessing sent from heaven. You gave me a gift. Look at the car she bought for me. Tell her that where was this pastor? It was torture, day and night, trouble. But now, under a new administration, under a new person, she just became a different person. In other words, the kind of challenges she has were not the ones that this pastor was designed to handle. Somebody else was. And effortlessly, she transformed from being problematic to become an angel, became a pillar in that assembly. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there are many, enemies of time. These enemies include procrastination. What you can do today, you say you push it to tomorrow. Time-wasting activities. Idle chatting, conversations, and lack of planning, overindulgence, sleep more than you did, a little sleep, a little slumber, sleep more than your fair share, being busy and aimless, being just for me busy and aimless, working aimlessly, and going about aimless pursuits. Ultimately, how well you engage with the gift of time will define your accomplishment on earth. Like a wise man once said, Miles Morrow said, time is not in duration, it's in donation. It is how much you donate it to change other people's lives. Number 5, the most important lesson you will learn is how to relate to principles. Our universe is founded on principles known as laws. They govern everything. Principles work for you or against you. Much like the law of gravity. It works for you because when you are seated, I'm seated right now, and gravity is in force, keeping me where I am, because gravitational force will pull to the center and will hold you there. So I'm not able to fall down because I'm not violating the rules of gravity. But if I ever stand up, if I ever walk towards the balcony and I don't hold on, don't put on my harness, don't hold on the rail, then I am despising or disrespecting, dishonoring this principle. And when you are a serial violator of divine protocols, you will pay for it. So principles will work for you or against you. A lot of people are serial violators of divine laws. They just want to break rules for breaking sake. They don't want to respect gravity. They don't want to respect. Do you know there are rules that if you break, you pay? Gravity is one of them. The law of exchange is one of them. The law of friendship is one of them. The law of honor is one of them. You don't honor people, you're going to be despised. You know, and so many other laws. This world is governed by different laws. Know those laws, learn those laws, and then you know peace, because you will be able to enjoy your life. These principles are built with eternal mechanisms to reward you when you apply them, or to punish you when you go against them. It is not God punishing you. I say it again and again. I can't be tired of saying this. And I can't say it enough. In this part of the world, when something happens, they say, God punish him, or God punish you, and all that. It's not God punishing them. Look at Proverbs chapter 17, verse 13. Whoever reward evil for good done to him, evil shall not depart from his house. Did God curse you when an evil befalls you? No. He put a law here to say, if a man has been good to you and you choose to do evil against him, evil won't depart from your home. So flip it. If you reward good for evil, or you reward good for good, what happens? Good will now depart from you. If a man's way pleases the Lord, he makes his enemies to be at peace with him. Flip it. If a man's way doesn't please the Lord, his friends will become his enemies. These are laws. It has nothing to do, because all your punishment for your sins, for your misdeeds, for your mistakes, for your foolishness were placed on Christ. They were placed on Christ. So he's not punishing you right now. At least not now. He's put them on Christ. But you have to face him when you reject Christ. But here we are. There are laws that are governing this earth. Like I said, the law of flotation, the law of commerce, the law of exchange, the law of friendship, the law of giving, sowing and reaping. All these laws are not in heaven. They're not made for heaven. They are made for this earth, to govern this earth. The law of gravity, they are made for this earth. The law of relativity, all those stuff, everything, they're made for this earth. So if you know these laws and you practice them, the more of it you know and practice, the better you enjoy your life. You cannot reorder these laws, you can't reorder them, and you are only required to cooperate with them. Unfortunately, most people ignore and violate these divine protocols and concentrate their efforts on religious activities. However, it is essential to understand that nothing can replace, hard work and commitment to these principles. So you must make a conscious decision to study life, to explore what works and how to work it. How to work them. Okay? Know what works, how it works, and then put effort to applying them. That's the only way you enjoy this life and get the most. Number 6. Your most important assignment on earth is to fulfill your purpose. As an eternal genius and creator of the universe, God has woven every life into a beautiful tapestry of unlimited potential to be unveiled in time. Our manufacturer did not produce any useless product whatsoever. No useless product, no useless products. Everything was made to function in a capacity that fills a void on earth. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the people, the world, and them that are in it. Therefore, life's greatest tragedy is spending your sojourn here on earth without identifying or fulfilling that purpose. I don't know how you're going to feel when you finally get to the end of your life and look back and discover, I've abandoned the most important things in my life. It will be sad, it will be sorrowful, it will be annoying, it will be everything. You will discover the purpose of your existence when you recognize your passions, your likes, your dislikes, and what you truly want to live and die for. Perhaps it's time for you to pause and consider writing your epitaph now. Just write out. What is a headstone? What is it going to read like? What do you want to be known for? What do you want to be remembered for? What are you willing to die for right now? These reflections can serve as important clues to your purpose. Therefore, be intentional about living with purpose. Be intentional about living with purpose. Number 7, your most valuable commodity is vision. Vision is the faculty and the state of seeing, or the state of seeing, thinking, or planning the future with imagination and wisdom. Imagination allows you to envision your potential, the possibilities ahead of you, and even the wildest dream when you fully unleash them. Everything is first accomplished in your imagination. You cannot reach a destination you haven't been to or you haven't explored in your mind. For example, you may not have, like I said, I've used this illustration before, you may not have consciously counted the number of windows in your room right now. But where, as you're listening now, can you tell me how many windows you have in your room? Okay, begin to count now. You see, can you see? You're counting now because we think in pictures. And now your imagination is at work. You haven't counted the doors before and the windows. But you can do so immediately now, right in your imagination. So because we think through our imagination, we think in pictures. We think in images through our imagination. Each word creates a picture in our minds, helping us to understand what is being communicated. Apple. You see, you are not seeing a green or red thing in your hand now. You are seeing something in your head. The object is forming or formed in there. Lion, white lion, black lion, green lion, a lion-like dog. Do you see how I'm changing the images in your head through your imagination? Okay? So you see that as we think in images through our imagination, each word creates a picture in our minds, helping us to understand what is being communicated. Do you understand now? And so your imagination is where you can envision your best life before it comes to reality. It is the environment where you can experience what you were designed to achieve. Don't allow your imagination to be frivolous. Don't let your imagination be frivolous, just flying all over the place. Let your imagination be fruitful. Think on greatness. Think of things you can do, what you can create, songs you can write, poems you can write, books you can write. Do you understand what I'm saying? I envision myself still writing. There are many things I want to write, many books I want to write that I have not written yet. But I'm still envisioning them. Some of them, I have the photo image in my head right now, and the things. So begin to develop the kind of building you like to live in, the kind of house you want to live in, the kind of areas, the kind of businessman you want to be known as, the kind of man you want to be known as, the woman you want to be known as. At the time you're living this world, what will you be remembered for? Do you understand what I'm saying? And the last one, number 8, your most important or powerful tool is a relationship. It's relationship. A person is shaped by his relationship. Everyone is shaped by their relationships, especially between a man and his wife. The quality of our lives hinges on these connections. From childhood to adulthood, our lives are intertwined with various relationships, including those with our parents, babysitters, teachers, colleagues, employees, employers, customers, and friends. Therefore, it is essential to cultivate a strong relationship with people or strong relationships and develop the wisdom needed to navigate them effectively. Identify which relationships is to maintain, which to abandon. Evaluate the relationships, work keeping based on your value, on the value they provide, and determine which of these relationships you need to leave behind by assessing their toxicity. Some are toxic, some are bad, some take away from you, they minus from you. See, we say this, there's a set of people that will come to you, they come to add to you. Some will come to deduct from you, minus from you. Some will multiply you, some will break you into pieces, divide you. It's your job to identify who those are. There are few people that I have in my life, some people that I have. When they said, "Are you home?" I say, "Yes." "I will be in your house 11 midnight. Okay, come. Even if I'm asleep, they will wake me up." Because these guys will always add something to you. They'll give you financial support. They'll give you advice. They share things with you that you don't know. They give you opportunities. They give you platforms. These are people that I like to have around me, man. If every time you call me is to ask me for money, I get weary. If every time you call me is to tell me it has come again, or there's this problem again, or it's my husband, it's my wife, it's my this, another, and you have nothing positive anytime, your energy is always negative, you are going to wear me out. I won't have more energies to apply, to respond to you, to engage with you, or with other people. Find a way to contribute meaningfully to life. Don't be in a relationship where you're always a taker. Avoid beneficiary relationship, where that I'm your beneficiary or benefactor, please. Because if you're just a beneficiary of only good things and you don't add value, then I will not miss you when you have gone, when you left me. If you leave today, I won't miss you because I will say -1. Don't you know that some of these people, when they see your call, they don't feel like picking a call? It's because every time the text comes, my brother, uncle, daddy, if you don't come to my aid, I'm dead, oh, I am finished, oh, I will collapse, so everything. Look, nobody wants to live their life just hearing complaints. Find a way to add value to that individual. A lady came to me the other day, oh, I don't know why, man, if they help you a little, they want to sleep with you. My landlord did this, he wanted to sleep with me. And the other person wanted to sleep with me. I asked, what have you done for your landlord? The landlord gave you a house, you paid him. You say you have a problem with your whatever, he did. Your toilet, he did. Your fan. He came by and said he was doing the helping you, helping you, and everything. He gave you money, and you had birthday. He celebrated birthday for you, and you thought all that was for free. So I'm asking her, baby girl, tell me, what did you do this? He said nothing. I said, now you know you studied how to make a hairstylist. Doesn't your landlord have a wife? Does he not have a daughter? Why don't you say, please, tell madam, I will be coming later in the day tomorrow. It's 10 o'clock. Okay, call her. I will be coming to make your hair for you. I want to make your hair and your daughter. So that the man knows that there is something of, even if it's not equal value, there's something that he also benefited from you. Then he will not throw sex as the main reason for being in a relationship. I don't know how these entitled girls all over the place trying to collect money from men, and you say, I don't know why men feel like giving money and they think they should have sex with you. What are you doing to pay back in a way to let them know that you are not just a taker? Every time, excuse me, can you just advise me? Can I get some little money from you? Can I get an airtime? Can I get, and then you continue to take this, and you are surprised the guy is asking for sex as a compensation for what he's investing to you. What you don't know is this: sex to a man is what money is to you. Money to a man is what sex is to you. You give her, a woman doesn't give out sex. It's transactional. It's either she thinks there's a future in a relationship, or he can control you, or will get something out of it. It's always transactional. To bind her up to you closer and all that, that's why they do that. Money also is transactional with men. Sex is not transactional with us. But money is. Our wealth is. Our wealth is something to us. So if we are giving you this, and you are not sensible enough to know that a man doesn't just put his money out there, he put his money where his mouth is. If you don't want him to ask for sex, find a way of doing something to compensate what he's doing for you too. So you can forget this beneficiary relationship. Because if he's a benefactor, he can work out on you any day. Be sure that you offer something also in relation to in that relationship, to the point that if he goes, or if that relationship ends, he will miss you as much as you miss him. Evaluate your relationships. The ones that are worth keeping, the ones that are worth let going. Determine which of them to keep. Thank you so much again for joining us on this TLC. Please